Blake. We spoke during the week about Fiery Mountain Girl going around in the Derby, and she was able to pull it off.
Yeah, it was great, Greg. She really turned it around from last week, and really pleased with her.
What were you thinking when she settled where she did in the run?
I was really happy with where she landed, and the tempo was good enough, and she was full of running on the turn. I just needed a split, and thankfully it came.
You said she's very, very fast when she's driven quietly.
Yeah, she is, Greg. I probably just used her too much here last week in the Oaks, and it took its toll. But tonight, just driven cold, she really finished it off.
It's a fair effort for a filly to beat the boys and take out a Derby.
It is. It's very rare, and full credit to her. She's only little, but she tries her heart out.
So what happens with her now?
She'll head to Melbourne now. She's got the Victorian Oaks in 6 days' time, and then she'll have a freshen up and get ready for the Breeders' Crown.
I spoke with Pat Driscoll. He's a bit shy. He didn't want to come on camera tonight, but I think that means a fair bit to him.
Yeah, absolutely. He brought the filly over from New Zealand for these races, so for it to come off, he'd be wrapped, and he's obviously kept it for breeding purposes later on, and winning tonight's made it worth even more.
What happens? Does Pat like to retire his racing stock a little bit earlier than most to get them into the breeding barn, or will she continue to race on for a few seasons yet?
Oh, she'll continue to race as long as they're sound and competitive and paying their way. He's more than happy to keep racing them. He's got a number of well-bred mares already at stud, so there's no rush for them to go there. But obviously that'll be her long-term goal.
And your first Group 1 trotting event, is it?
Vincennes actually won a Victorian Sires. He was our first. And Royal Treat also, so yeah, probably the third, I think, Greg.
Well, that's it's good to see you training lots of trotters. You've nearly taken over the mantle as the king of the trotters in New South Wales. You're training a lot of them. Yeah,
we've got a lot in the stable, and courtesy of Pat, obviously, and they're all well-bred, young stock, so they've all got good futures ahead.
What about Vincennes? What did you make of his run tonight? He just got too far back, and the leader just got too far in front. Yeah,
he's a little slow away and settled back near last, and I was really happy with him. I thought his run was much better than last week. He's improving, and the winner is at the top of his game at the moment. He's a hard horse to beat.
So where do you go with Vincennes next?
Well, probably he may head to Victoria also for some free-for-all races down there, and he'll only have probably half a dozen runs this time before going back out for a break.
So you'll be down in Melbourne next weekend. We won't see you here at Menangle?
Yeah, well, they're actually racing next Friday night at Melton, so I'll be here Saturday night, but we're looking at taking quite a few down.
Well, mate, all the best of luck, and congratulations with the Group 1 tonight.
Thanks very much, Greg.
Brad, Freedom is pretty impressive tonight.
Yeah, no, she's been very consistent this whole time in. I think she's only been able to place once in about 6 or 7 starts, and yeah, she just cracked through like a red acre and there tonight, so yeah, it's good to see.
She's always been a handy mare throughout her career, but the penny looks as though it's really starting to drop now with those 2 big wins in the last few starts.
Yeah, well, she made a Breeders' Crown as a 2-year-old, I think it was, and yeah, she's always been a nice mare, but yeah, hopefully she's just starting to hit her straps now.
Tonight was win 1 at Menangle at a 10th start. Does she like the smaller tracks better? She was very good at Dubbo.
Yeah, no, it doesn't really worry her. She's just not quite as good in front, and like when she has raced down here, like they've always been like real nice field, so I think she'll just stay down here now, and driven with a sit, like should be pretty hard to hold out, I think.
She's not harshly assessed either. She's only a C4 mare.
And that's the beauty of it. Like I think she's won over 130 or 1,000 or something now, and yeah, she's a C4 mare, so got plenty to choose from.
All right, what about Cond again, driving that for Dennis Picker? You gave it a nice run?
Yeah, no, he's been going good. He's one of them horses that needs a lot of luck, go his way in races, and yeah, he was able to get a good run and yeah, got the job done.
Made an early move to get around and get into the action, and then get a nice run just off the pace.
And I was only going slow, and I didn't think there would really be any more moves after that, so I thought try and have a crack at it anyway, and yeah, it worked out good.
Well, that was the double. Now, what about Spare Me Days yesterday at Wagga? Everything on target towards the Breeders' Challenge?
Yeah, no, he just got the Canberra Cup final on Sunday week, I think it is, and then yeah, look to head into the semis then. But yeah, he's going better than ever. He's come back really good.
So the Canberra Cup? He was impressive in his heat. You'll clash again with Sporty Spook. You had the hit out against him yesterday, so everything looks as though he's going to have a few clashes with him anyway.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. They've already had a good battle. Like they've raced together 4 or 5 times already, I think. So just hope I can draw inside him again.
Mate, congratulations with the form. You're going really well.
Thanks, Hazy.
Robbie Zanable took out the last 2,300 metres right up her rally.
Yeah, it sort of suits her. If the speed's not on, it doesn't suit her, but she got rewarded for her consistency. She's a beautiful mare, and she's a credit to Redbank Lodge, Paul Carterfeld and Carrie Ann. She's done a great job.
What were you thinking in the early stages? There wasn't a lot of speed on.
No, there sort of wasn't a lot of speed on. I was sort of actually in two minds when Blake come off the fence early whether I should have had a 3 fence or not, but I sort of thought that Blake moved up strong enough to have a little look at the leader, and that 29.5 first quarter means a lot to her. If they sort of back off to a 31 and they get 2 of them, it's no good. But when they went that first solid quarter, I thought, well, she's right in it. She got a good drag into the race, and she showed that good turn of speed, turn of frame.
Yeah, and that was the key, getting to them as quick as you did, and then it was just a matter of just lengthening the margin.
Yeah, well, she's for a mare that's gone around so much, she switches off and on, and she's a funny little thing. But no, as soon as she hit the front and she put a march on them, she was going to go all the way.
What's the plans with her now?
I think Carrie and Paul will just sit back, and this will probably be her last season of racing, I'd say. She's done a great job. She got a good time on the board, and she's done a good job, so I'd say Paul will probably breed from her at the end of the season. So she'll probably keep punching on. She's sort of been unlucky. Every time the Ladyship Miles come around, she's sort of just been not right when they come around, so we'll probably have one more shot at that at the end of this season and then go from there. But this will be her last season, so she'll probably just keep racing on, and I think there's a mares race next week, so that'll do it for her.
Must be proud of Carrie Ann bringing up the 100 winners for the season during the week with Irrabee Betty at Penrith.
Yeah, look, she's does a marvellous job, Carrie, and it's a credit to her. All the horses get there, and they're all like her kids, so she's got one of her own kids on the way, so she's under the pump, but she's doing a great job, and it's a credit to her, and it's good staff at home, and mum and dad are sort of there to help in hand, and it couldn't do it without the owners like Paul Carterfelt and Peter Green and Daniel Cordina and Bill Green and all those owners that really put, especially PK, he puts a lot of horses in our stable, and you have up and down runs, but he sticks solid, so we've got to really thank them.
And what about Aztec Bromac? Beaten during the week, what did you make of his run?
Massive, yeah, he just sort of had no luck, the little fella. I didn't want to do too much out of the gate, and sort of when Luda crossed and then Johnny Rock went around and just put them in a bad spot. But I just sort of let him settle. He had to use a bit of speed down the back in the 28 quarter, and then had to use a bit of dash again, 52 first up. Pulled through the run really good. I think he gets on the truck tomorrow morning to go to Queensland, so looking forward to getting him up there, and he'll have his first run at Friday night at Redcliffe.
Mate, congratulations with the win tonight.
Thank you.
Jack Alta Jerome showed a lot of speed tonight.
Yeah, he did tonight. He went super actually. It was a big shock to beat Smolder, but just got the right run, and he, we've been driving a little bit less aggressive at the moment, and he has been getting home good, and yeah, to run a 53.4 half, it was awesome.
He's a 4-year-old that showed a lot of ability earlier in the season, and he looks as though he's going to make that step to the Open Company.
Yeah, we think so. Like, we've always had a real high opinion of him, and he's always found Menangle to be his best track, being the big horse. And yeah, we thought it was a bit hard at first, being a 4-year-old and with the Open Company, but he's just proved tonight that he is going to take that step. What
about in Runaway Bay? Nice performance?
Yeah, he went really good. Billy's done a great job with him, and he always has him spot on the day. Yeah, he went good. He found the front, had to work a little bit to get there, but yeah, he's got good speed and he held them all off.
Was he able to relax once you used him early?
Probably not as much as I'd like to, but I've actually, in hindsight, probably worked out good. He was quite good just travelling hard on the bit, and maybe that's how he's got to be getting to driven now.
Now, what about the Rising Stars? You're going to be part of that in later June. You looking forward to that?
Yeah, I was on it last year, and I'm fortunate enough to get on it again this year. It's always a great week. You meet new people and drive for trainers that you don't normally drive for, and obviously drive at tracks that I'm not normally at as well. So yeah, it's all bonus and extra experience. So yeah, it's going to be great.
How'd you go last year?
No, I was unlucky, I'll say.
Just hoping for a better draw this time.
Yeah, no, it comes down to the draws, but it's all learning, and that's all you got to do is just as long as you keep moving forward, and it's all experience, so it all helps.
Mate, congratulations with another double tonight.
Awesome, thanks, Rick.